Welcome back to another video. Hey, y'all. So happy to be here today. Welcome. I'm going to wait for just a minute for you to hop on, and then we're going to start this live just because I'm watching the clock and I have something to do. But being that I'm here early, I was like, you know what? Let's just start this. This topic here is vital. Sometimes you've got to lose to win. Okay, let me say that again. Sometimes we've got to lose to win. And so we want to talk about that. So let me wait for a few just to see if we have anyone hop in. And as you're coming in, go ahead for me and double tap. I would love for you to like this video so YouTube could push it out, okay? All right, and I made sure that I have my notes here because sometimes I could be all over the place, you know how it goes. And sometimes I wish when this live goes on, people just come in right away, but sometimes it doesn't happen. So you know what? I always have to have the mindset like, okay, people are going to watch the replay. So let's get going. I'm not going to wait anymore. So let's talk about this, y'all. Sometimes you've got to lose to win. And I am using myself as an example. I have lost many times in different business ventures that I tried over the years, and things didn't work out to my expectation, right? But truth be told, within those losses, I have learned so much. And when at the time when it happened to me, I was a little annoyed. I was up in my feelings. I was going through like these motions. And then I said to myself, you know what? I used to ask God, why did you allow this to happen to me? Why am I failing with this, and why that, those little things used to happen to me. And then again, I said to myself, Camille, relax, embrace what you're going through and pick yourself back up again. Hi, Melissa. Thanks for being here. Go ahead for me and double tap as you're rolling in. So yeah, we're talking about it. Sometimes you have to lose to win. And I have encountered that in so many different aspects of my life. And I'm 40. I mean, yes, I went through it. But sometimes God remove what we think we need to clear space for what we truly align with our purpose. Okay? Hey, Nikki, thanks for being here. Go ahead and double tap as you guys are coming in. Yes, we're talking about this today because it's needed. A lot of times we get down and we get depressed. And I'm telling you, sometimes we go through it, but we have to be still. And I feel like this is a topic to talk about. Nothing is wrong whenever things doesn't work out to your expectation, because within it we are learning something within that period, right? Our life is like a book, and people don't realize that there's no success without failure. And so at times when we go through these hiccups, these challenges, these hurdles, so to speak, sometimes we get lost in a process and we continue to have those pity parties. And before we know it, guess what happened? We crash. And what we got to understand is that loss makes room for what is meant. Okay, so we can't get too lost in the process. We have to learn to pick up ourselves and continue to figure our way. What didn't work, we have to assess and look into, those aspects of our life to see why certain things didn't work out to our expectation. But how can we move forward? Melissa said, yes, I've been there. All I can say is, but God. Amen to that. For real. Me too. Melissa, I went through it too. And I asked God, why me? Why that? All these questions, But then again, I can sit back today and I can say to myself, you know what? God knew what he was doing. He knew who to remove. He knew who should not be in my space. He knew that this opportunity wasn't good for me. He knew that that food someone was trying to give me weren't good for me. You get what I'm saying? Because it's like you can be allergic to something in it, and there's some cross contamination that was gonna hinder you or poison you, so to speak. Like, so he know what he's doing. Sometimes when things are happening, sometimes you're driving and you know you should have went through the light, or you probably should have went this way, you made the wrong way. There's a reason why God didn't make it happen, because he know what's going on. So sometimes let's not question things, okay? Again, sometimes we have to lose to win, because he knows what's best. Hey, Candy, all thanks for being here. Go ahead for me and double tap as you guys are coming in. Yes, yes. So we have to be still, trust the process, even when it doesn't look right, even when it doesn't feel right, even though we have these mixed emotions. Trust the process. And I have been learning that along the way, because let me tell you, I have a difficult time dealing when things doesn't work out to my expectation. I'm a planner. I plan my I plan. And let me tell you, when things doesn't work out to my expectation on how I planned it, sometimes I get miserable, Lord knows. But I am learning that when it doesn't work out to my expectation, I can sit back, relax, and chill and stop getting myself all worked up. Kindy K, thank you. Appreciate it. We have Top Notch. Thank you for coming here. Go ahead for me and double tap as you love my accent. Thank you. You know where I'm from, right? Melissa said, everything goes smoothly when you plan and you have a schedule. Yes. So, and that's how, like, I organize my life so things can work out for me smoothly. And sometimes, even though we plan, we have other encounters, because no matter how much you plan, the other person on the other end is not planning, or perhaps they're on a different schedule, so to speak. So we can do as much as we want, and we can plan as much out as we want, but sometimes it just doesn't work out to our expectation. All in all, we just have to lose to win sometimes. That's how it is. Hey, Lamont, thanks for being here. We got Sedley in the building. Go ahead for me and double tap as you guys are coming in, so we can have YouTube to push out this content. So God will show us when our plans are not his plans for us. Absolutely. You are absolutely right. Absolutely right, Candy K. You're watching from North Carolina? Awesome. Hey, NW, I see you're back with me in the building. NW was with me early this morning. Y'all, I'll be going live early in the morning at about 6 something, like about 6:40. That's the time I go in the morning. That's when I'm heading to work. In fact, we like to do our wake up and thrive, and NW be with me at times. So I appreciate y'all for that. North Carolina, big up yourself. For those who were tapped in with me, shout out to you guys. I appreciate you. VC, I'm just gonna say VC, okay? VC New York to NC. Okay, we're just gonna call you VC. Welcome. Thanks for being here. You said you just subscribed yesterday. You're gorgeous. You're smart energy. Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'll be trying to do my thing, motivate the people and add value at the same time. Early bird catch the most worms. Yeah, that is true. NW, that is true. Y'all, I don't want to be off track, because sometimes I have a track record of just off the, because I'm watching and I'm reading it. So let me just continue on this. But Nikki from Maryland, cool. Jamdas TV. Hey, thanks for being here. I remember you. I think you were here before. It's very familiar. I never understood it. I do old school talk. Okay, you have 3 people in the chat that's located in the same place. Yeah, that's awesome. For real. 3 people from North Carolina. Yeah, YouTube is pushing my content over there. That is good. You know what? It isn't YouTube amazing? Isn't this internet amazing? Some of us use it to do non-producing activity, while some use to do it some choose to do it on a negative aspect. I use YouTube as a tool to uplift me, gaining income, reaching my people, and just sending message. This is the positive vibes, and I'm grateful for YouTube. I'm grateful for the internet, so we can spread our information and network. Y'all, networking is it's important and it's powerful. Okay. Yeah. So as you guys are coming in, go ahead for me and double tap. Okay. So let's talk about it. Losing teaches us what winning can't. Let me say that again. Losing teaches us what winning can. So this means, the more we grow, we're going to grow. And at times when we starting to discover things along the way, right? In our life, we are not conditioned to it. So sometimes it's okay when you mess up, when something is new to you, you may not know the whole theory of it, but it doesn't mean just because you just started it. I'm gonna give you a prime example, like YouTube. A lot of us, we come up here on YouTube and we see a famous YouTuber, right? And so we see all the views, everyone's starting to engage, they're doing live streaming, they're doing everything. And you're like to yourself, you know what? I could do this, I could do that. I want to be this, I want to be that, And so before you know it, boom, you create a YouTube channel. And you create your channel and you start with your video, right? But guess what? No one is watching it. You create the third, the second, the third, the fifth, and the 10th video. And guess what happened? No one is watching. And guess what happened? Because you're new to this, you don't really know what it takes. You just know that you can create the video, but you don't know how to get your audience to watch. And so what happened? Sometimes we get discouraged. Sometimes we have imposter syndrome. Sometimes we have stagnation. You're unmotivated. But this doesn't mean you should give up. It doesn't mean that, because your strength is going to be in those challenges. It may not feel like it. It may not feel like it in the testing stage or those challenging stage. But if you stick through it, because day by day, as you're making mistakes, as you feel like you're losing, you're still learning something in the process, right? It's like taking a step back to jump 2 steps forward. So we just can't give up in this. And again, we got to lose to win sometimes. That's what that is. So let me see, Kenya. Exactly. Top Notch said losing eventually build winners. Yup. That's true. NW said, I've been on your channel, and that's... Listen, y'all been with me for a little while to see how much I'm growing. And it doesn't matter whether I get 10 views today, 0 tomorrow. It's okay. I'm still going to come up here and I'm going to show up, because life is about the journey, ups and downs. And once we understand that assignment, shouldn't be discouraged. So Jamda says, at first I was discouraged, but I keep on and got monetized, and now I feel... Exactly. That's good, Jamda's TV. And let me tell you, even when you get monetized, the work is not finished. You still have to come out here with full force, because guess what? Now you move over a threshold, you have to learn how to maintain it. So that's another story on its own. But you got through it. NW said, I listened to what you said. It can be used in check. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. So again, yeah, we got to lose to win. It's okay. It's okay. Okay. So, like I said, humility, wisdom, strength are built in hard times. Okay. Humility, hard times, wisdom, those are built in hard times. Listen, living testimony, because I can't tell you how many times I went through little challenges here and there. This is not my first rodeo, okay? It's not. And I said I'm gonna show you a few of my like businesses that I started, and some of them didn't work out to my expectation. Why? You can start a business, but if you don't know how to maintain it through the first 5 years, when you know how business goes, right? It's a up and down. Sometimes they said business take up to 5 years to prosper, right? So imagine when you have no inheritance, no handouts, and everything you got to do on your own from scratch. So every little thing I have, I pour into the business. And now when I started the business and me trying to maintain it, when the hard time licks, guess what? I don't have the funds to maintain it. And so the business go right back down. And I'm going to show you what that looks like. I'm going to show it to you in another video. I'm telling you. But guess what? Guess what? I've learned in the process so many different things that now I'm able to be online. I don't have to invest in the physical realms. But now I'm online and I'm able to create other things and make money without lifting a single product. Okay? Because I'm able to position myself based on what I have gone through. What didn't work for me? I've learned now why it didn't work out to my expectation. What are the different approach that I can take? And now I'm doing that. Lamont, appreciate you. Lamont is one of my supporters, y'all. He really support my channel a lot. I appreciate you. He got one of my Wake Up and Thrive shirts, and I did feature him. In fact, I may need to repost him again. I had someone also that purchased 2 shirts today. So I'm loving it, y'all. And let me tell you, this means a lot to me. Okay, for those who come up here, and it doesn't have to mean that you're spending with me. Whether it be taking 5 minutes out of your time to watch a video, shoot me a like, drop me a comment. That is appreciated as well. All right. I just want y'all to know that. I appreciate every single one of you for taking your time out. All right. So big up yourself, Lamont. Yeah. So temporary setback build long-term success. We say that again. Hey, Harish, how are you? Harish. Thanks for being here. We got Jerome in the building. I'm going to watch all of them, and they are proper thing. Go ahead for me and double tap as you guys are coming in. I appreciate you. I didn't know that you sold the shirts. What? Yeah, I have a e-commerce. It's when you go to my channel, once you go to the tab, the one that says like video, it says video, shorts, playlists, stores, and something else, like, but I don't remember. But if you go over to the tab, it'll say store, and that's where you can purchase a shirt if you would love to support this community. Also, when you purchase your shirt, I would love for you to shoot me a message. Let me know you purchased your shirt, and I'll tell you where to send me your shirt once you have it on. And we're going to feature you on my channel. We will do that. I'm all for that. Okay. I had someone else told me that they were able to publish their book because of my YouTube shorts. Guys, I'm telling you, it's a blessing. You know, I'm not coming out here for to look fame. I'm not coming up here to look praise or anything of that nature. But nothing feels good to me than when I can pour something into someone and they can take action and execute what they wanted to do for a long period of time. That feels good. So this tells me that my messages that I'm putting out here, it's meaningful and it's adding value to someone else's life. That speaks volume to me. And for that, I will show up every single time, y'all. Okay? Yes, Melissa, it's there. When you get a chance, you can check it out, okay? Whether you purchase or not, it doesn't matter. I appreciate you for being here because I know you pop up every now and then. Jerome said you true to it, so it's Madame Function. All right. So let me tell you, not everything that feels like a loss is failure. Let's just say that, right? Look at it this way. It's for preparation, redirection, protection in disguise. I'm telling you, sometimes I said it earlier in the beginning of this video, I talk about it. Sometimes we may want to go through the light knowing that the light, if we went through it, it could have cost us our life. So when things doesn't work out to our expectation, don't look at it as a failure. Look at it as a chance. Look at it as another way, right? Another way out. Because no matter how much we plan, we know that we can plan and things crash. We can plan, things doesn't work out to our expectation. But know that God knows when everything is the right timing. He knows the timing. Our time ain't his. He knows the right time. So no matter how much, things doesn't work out to our expectation, God knows when the timing is right for you to make that step, when the right time is to start your business, the right time to get married, the right time to start having your children, the right time it's just so many different things we can look at. But no matter what, y'all, we got to lose to win sometimes. Just remember that. Don't look at every failure as failure. It's testing, trials, redirection. And most of all, it's supposed to help us. Your cognitive, your reasonability. Sometimes you got to read between the lines and think about it. Why did I do this? But it didn't work out to my expectation. Okay, let me go back. Let me go a couple steps back and let me see, what did I do in the first step? What did I do in the second step? Okay, when I try the first and the second step, like, these are what you have to really think about. Seriously, y'all, you're probably laughing at me, but I'm being for real. Sometimes you may start a project and it doesn't work out because there's some steps in between that was missing. Or maybe you didn't spend enough time to figure out, was it the right move to make? Melissa said, yes, I have been on one of your live streams. Okay. Strategies. Yes, strategies. For real. You know what? When God lays something on my heart, I tend to speak upon it, even though it's not everything I can come up here and talk about. I can't. So I'm gonna learn how to humble and say whatever just not everything, just some things. But this was definitely one of them we need to talk about. Thank you. Hey, Nelson. Thanks for being here. Nelson is from Hawaii. Bop, bop. Jamdos TV said, creates fans base on YouTube, knowing your audience, posting timely, making YouTube subject your diary. God must Exactly. Exactly. And here is the thing on that, it's a knowledge base. YouTube is a knowledge base. When you create a knowledge base, like for me, my value to my community is to pour into them with something positive. And again, if you want to know about my journey, who it comes, what I'm about, you better check out my long form videos. And when you want to know what's in the thought process of how I think and my daily and wake up and thrive and da 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 da, you better hop on my live. Nelson, how are you? But yes, sometimes we got to lose to win. That's how it is. There is no success without failure. Know that. Hey, just Daniel. Amen. Sometimes we're doing the right thing the wrong way, moving out of timing, out of season. Learning from those timing is imperative. Thank you for, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. It's true. But let's, yes, that is so true. So we just have to use our cognitive reasonability and just to think that it's okay. When you try something and it doesn't work out, it's okay. When you start creating your YouTube videos and you put your heart, your foot into it and no one is watching, it's okay. Start another video. Change the title, change the topic. Come out here, look happy, and just talk. That's what we have to do. It's okay. So, again, temporary setback builds long term success. So, as long as we have a little patience with ourselves now, okay? A little patience goes a long way. We won't get it all together. We won't get it in the first batch. You may not get it in the second batch. But this doesn't mean you're going to give up now. You know what this means? Just continue. Continue to wake up and thrive. That's what I promote, Melissa. Wake up and thrive. For those who didn't tap in, go ahead for me. We want to like this video so YouTube could push it out. But it's imperative, it's vital, y'all, for us to show up. Even if, sometimes we tend to do things the way how we feel. But let me tell you, success don't care about feelings. Production don't care about feelings. Yes, giving up isn't an option. That's right, Melissa. That's true, Candy K. God want us to thrive. Yes, Daniela just hit it. She just hit it on the nail. Yep. That's what you're starting to see. So we have to continue to show up and show out, even though we may go through hard times. We got to still come up here because we have people who are dependent on us. Okay? This life here, we have people who are dependent, our children. So no matter how we feel sometimes, we just have to use emotional intelligence and make effective decision that's going to help us or help, I won't say help us, help yourself or your family and thing of that nature. God know what's best for us. But in the meantime, we still have to show up regardless. Let him do the rest. Just Daniel said, press in, don't draw back. Feeling are not facts sometimes. Yes, that is true. Feelings are not facts. We have to persist even when we don't feel like it. Yeah, it's true. That is true. Success don't care about feelings. So we got to show up anyway. It's just like your job. Think about your job, right? Think about the job. Some of us have rent and mortgage to pay and insurance and all these other uh, financial obligation, right? And guess what? Doesn't matter how you feel. You may not feel like you want to go to work, but guess what? You've got to go punch the clock. Why? You need a roof over your head. The rent has to be paid. The car insurance has to be paid. The monthly subscription for the kids, that needs to be paid, right? You got to eat, so you got to go buy food. So this means you have to get up and go to work. So again, success don't care about feelings. And that's why, I talk about when we work our job, it's always good to still have something on the side, okay? And a lot of times and I'm not saying nothing is wrong working our 9 to 5. I work my 9 to 5. I got to work it until my business override. But for now, I got to keep working on my own project, my own business, just because I know that God has something in store for me. Mm-hmm. The yes, bills, bills, bills. I used to hear people say, if you don't pass the test, God give you and keep running from it, then you will have the fix. Yup. Listen, the pressure is real. All right. The pressure of life is real. Because guess what? We go to our job and there's so much that we got to put up with. First of all, you don't even want to wake up out of the bed, but you have to wake up anyway. And then you have to take a shower or prep yourself to go to work. So that's another hour to get to work. And then you have to do the work. And then you have to deal with people who aren't in alignment with you, but you got to get the work done. So get what I'm trying to say. Get what I'm trying to say about you have to lose to win. You got to get you all of that noise. You got to filter out all those negative energy and anything that is going on because you need the money at the end of the day. You need the check by Friday, right? If you agree with me, type me a 1 in the chat. If you agree with me, type me a 1 in the chat. So again, you got to lose to win. If you agree with me, let me know, y'all. It's life. It's part of life. We got to lose to win. That's how life is. And it's part of character, it's building up our character. It's helping us. Whatever we are going through, especially on the job, we go through it. Life isn't perfect. So we can't be selective of what we're gonna tackle and say, okay, well, you know what? I refuse to do this and I refuse to do that. You just have to tell yourself that, you know what? Whatever you're doing and you're trying to achieve in life, if it doesn't work out, prime example, starting a business. You may want to start it, but just because your 9 to 5 job is in the way, you feel like the 40 hours you're putting in ain't giving you enough time. Still, I think you should still try to start that business or start to write the book or whatever that is, but just start small and don't feel like whatever you're approaching is not working out to your expectation. Because at the end of the day, when you go to that job, you find ways and means to filter out all the noise to get that work done so you can get your check on Fridays. So why you can't put that same mindset and strategy when it comes down to yourself? Why can't you do that with yourself? Why can't you say, you know what? I'm going to treat my business, or I'm going to treat me establishing this book. I want to put out this book this year. But no matter what, I'm going to write something every day until this book builds up, until your business builds up. until you create a video every single day. Why can't you do that? NW says sometimes I ask God to take the test away, but I, yeah, trust me, I get it. Jimmy Armstrong, thank you for showing up. Appreciate you. Fantasia has a song called "Sometimes You Got to Lose." You know what? That is so true. You're right. That Fantasia song. Mm-mm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember that song. She sing it for her her live performance for American Idol, right? So again, when it comes down to us, y'all, we can't give up on ourselves. Again, you have to lose to win. You were born special. We all have a purpose in this life. You're probably saying, "No, I don't. I don't know what to do." We all have a purpose. God made us all unique and different in our own ways. But no matter what, all of us, we have different testing, trial, hiccups, challenges. But again, we got to lose to win. Absolutely, Melissa. I know I just took you around the world just now, but as long as you get the message for today, we have got to lose to win sometimes. It's okay. Yep. Anyone have any question for me? Let's get the mess. Yeah, okay, okay. The topic remind me of herbs and bitter, but the body need. Yes, that's a great one. A great way to put it. NW. Mm-hmm. That's true. You see, we all love the sweet stuff, right? We all love it, but it's not even good for us. The bitter herbs is what's it cleans us and it helps our body, you know. Best preacher and motivational speaker. I like this, but bigger mistake is time dedication and job situation. It that's true. It is what it is, but it's true. Mm, it's true. Jam does. You get it. Life be like TikToks. So sometimes, yes, Lamont. That's life. Challenges, but no matter what, we still have to show up anyway, right? Just like when you want to eat food, you have to cook it. And if you want to eat fast food, you have to go buy it, right? And if you need income, you have to go work for it. Melissa, appreciate you for being here. Yes, yes. Don't worry. Thank you for your time, okay? Yes, when you get some time, that's fine. Be safe out there, all right? Appreciate you, Jamdas. Top notch. Yes. For anything that we want in this life, there's no such thing called free lunch. I know. There's no such thing called free lunch. Sometimes we just have to work for it. It's part of life. Such is life, right? But again, Just always have those thoughts process, when it comes down to people. I create that video, and I haven't put it out yet. I'm planning to edit and then post it. And I was saying how nowadays to it's so hard to deal with people. Rob Bond, thanks for being here. We got Charles in the building as well. You are a blessing. Keep creating, driving a positive content. You are. Thank you, Charles. I appreciate you. Go ahead for me and double tap as you are coming in so YouTube can push out this video, okay? Appreciate it. Yes, I was on one of my videos, I was talking about, you know, I try to avoid people because this culture is so different nowadays. We're in a different time, right? I mean, I was born in the 80s. And so I'm conditioned. I'm a very warm spirited woman, adequacy, I'm pleasant, so when I walk and I go into a store or I'm passing anyone, I'm the first person to say good morning. No response. Sometime I'll be in a store, and depending on how I see the person, I'll always say good morning, how are you, how's your day going so far? And no responses. And I get it, people go through things sometimes, I get it. But we live in a world now where this right here has been targeted our mind. We're so conditioned to our devices that we literally take up our phone and we smile and we laugh and we'll play with the phone the whole day, 5, 6 hours. And for you to socialize with someone just to say hi, you can't say hi. Where is the social skills? There's no social skills. Our social skill has been impacted by devices. Now, you know what? Let me not go there. I'll leave that for another topic. NW says, sometimes I feel like the test is so hard, and God is like, that's easy. You got this. Just come up. And then when I make it through, I'm like, oh, but I did remember how hard it was, but I enjoy the blessing. That is true too. And NW, we have to go through these testing because there's no victory without testing, right? There's no testimony without testing. So sometimes you see things with your eyes, and guess what? Your subconscious mind told you that, listen, this is not for you. You can't do it. But when God says, go on, just go do it, and you see that you surpass it, then this is where you're able to build confidence and say, you know what? God got my back. And I was able to do it. Go ahead for me and network with each other, y'all. All right, network with each other. Manners, trust me, I understand, especially, no manners, I'm telling you. So I was like, wow, I'm cut differently because I love people, but now I have to avoid them because people just don't know how to socialize anymore. They don't know how to, they don't have no manners, like nothing. And they spend most of their time through this. They'll be on this every day, ha 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 ha, all that other stuff for hours, okay? Hours of this and that, and can't even hold a single conversation with someone. Like, how was your day? How's everything going? They'd rather do this all day. So this right here, consuming, it's messing up our social skill. But again, talk about that another time. No home training anymore. Yes, none whatsoever. Oh my gosh, I'm not even going to talk about the school system because that's where I work. And I'm telling you, no manners, nothing. They just walk past you. And I have to enforce it. Good morning, how are you? Like, And what I hate the most is where parents sometimes they curse the teacher or they feel like the teacher's doing that. But what parents fail to know that everything starts from home. So you don't mention no more. Yeah, listen. You understand the assignment, NW. Robon said we lose our morals, so we get so that is true. No love, no compassion. Rob Barnes, none of that. There's no humility, no dignity. Oh my, the world is changing, but the Bible did tells us this. Mm-hmm. It did. Absolutely. NYC has did it. I'm telling you, manners on how low. The world is changing. And let's not talk about customer service. Let's not talk about that because customer service is horrible. If you're dependent on customer service, companies nowadays, horrible. Prime example, you go to McDonald's or Popeyes and you spending your own money to get a nice meal. You ask for what you want or you ask for the combo and they're giving you the opposite of what you asked for and then catching attitude on top of it. How about that? How about the customer service? Isn't that insane? You're spending your money for what you want and they mess up your order and catch an attitude as if you did something wrong. People are, mm-mm, I'm telling you. But as you said, Robon, people lose their morals. So I know I jumped off one topic to go on the next, but it is what it is. You make me laugh. So, oh my gosh, I'm being honest though. Like, have you experienced that, MW? Can you imagine spending your own money and people like for real? Customer service is horrible everywhere you go. Everywhere you well, I won't say everywhere. I'm being sarcastic, but you understand what I'm saying. This is the same reason why the robot is going to take over our job. You're right. AI is taking over. You're right. For that simple reason, because there's no humility. Let's talk about people on a whole. I mean, close people around you, even your friends and family, you try to help out, you do the best you can. And Bronx Nurse talked about this too on her video. If you haven't watched Bronx Nurse, check her video out too. She was talking about how much she helped close people around her, loan money, and guess what happened? She never got it back, and they holding grudges and don't talk to her. And I experienced the same thing too. Help people out, and guess what happened? Guess what happened? They stopped talking to me because they owe me something. Make me use that reverse psychology to make it seem like I did something to them. People, the world is changing, and people are starting to, yeah. NW said, yes, I opened the door and the girl walked right past and I said, you're welcome. And since changed my approach and my billing stayed back and wait till it's empty. Yeah, you try to be nice, but that's what that is. 90% of places customer service is severely lacking. That's true. They're lacking. Their mind is somewhere else, I remember last week I was speaking to someone about, well, she was just packing the bag and I was asking her question and she was just continuing doing her own thing, didn't acknowledge me. She's just focusing like her, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. The low class attitude, I can't. I'm done. Yeah, because if you ask the robot a question, it will quickly. Yeah, that's true. So AI is taking over. quick response, quick responses. Chat GPT, right? I know Chat GPT has helped out many of us, make our life much, much, much easier. Hi, Missy. Thanks for being here. Go ahead for me, double tap. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, so it's not, this life is not easy, but we still have to live in it. We still have to make the best of it. And we just have to learn how to hold our composure together. And also, we have to learn to extract and filter out because we still have to survive, right? And we live amongst people, and the Bible tells us that, we have to love, right? We have to love our neighbors. And that could be a struggle to love someone when you know they hurt you, but we still have to love them anyway. The goal is, though, we have to use wisdom, because even though the Bible tells us that we shall forgive 70 times 7, I mean, we still have to use wisdom. We can't let the same people hurt us over and over and over. Where does it stop? So now we have to use emotional intelligence, and we have to use wisdom. We can love from a distance. I literally get disgusted where I leave the item and go somewhere else. I don't care if it's 8 hour or the next day. I don't. I hear you. I hear you, NW. Such is life. Yeah, it's not easy, y'all, but we just have to hold out. And I'm gonna tie in everything back, like I said earlier. We have to win to lose, filter out the noise, and just extract what is priority, what is more important to us, so we can survive and get through life. No matter what we're going through, bad customer service, people backstabbing us, you know, you may try something, it doesn't work out to your expectation. You may put in your heart out in everything that you try to do, and it's not working out. But again, you got to lose to fail. There's some testing in everything that we do. There's a testing season. Yeah, and it says hello first and welcome. How can I help you with something? Freedom is a blessing, and I know me, so I keep out of trouble. That is true. Yeah, we want to stay out of trouble. Want to stay out of trouble. That's for sure. Robon, I'm telling you, AI is taking over, and I pray to God that it's not through the entirety, because since the world is changing, a lot of jobs are cutting down and they're replacing it with AI, just because the customer service of mankind is horrible. And then again, we lack skills because there's not much people are doing hands-on anymore, so, well, let me just say, we're getting AI robots to replace those hands-on, and so we're now dependent on the internet to do every little thing. So it's, I don't know, it's a cycle. It's a cycle. But nevertheless, I want to say thank you for being here today. I know I've been around the world. I talk about a lot of different things, which is the main reason why I always have my phone here, because I'm like, okay, I need to stay on track. Because if you follow me based on the comments, I'm going to be all over the place. But most of all, I want to engage with y'all. So when you ask me questions, when you comment, I'm best believe I'm going to respond, just because I need to build my engagement, so that, oh, you don't want me to go? Oh, I'm wrapping up, right? NW. Okay, I'm gonna spend about 6 more minutes. I have to go. I have a doctor's appointment for my son at 4:30. So I just came from work, and I was like, you know what? Let me start my live for an hour, and then I'm gonna grab me something to eat, pick up my son, and I will. Yeah, I know. Listen, you're gonna catch me in the morning. I'm going to try to go live tomorrow morning. Hopefully my morning goes smooth. But again, I appreciate you so much, NW. You've been one of my most loyal subscribers. And for most of you who have been here with me thus far, I don't overlook you, okay? I just want y'all to know that I appreciate you for being here every single day when you tap to watch my video. I hope that I'm adding some value to your life with a word of encouragement, something to think about, right? And if you haven't yet support my community, you can also stop and pick up one of my shirts. You can purchase it. I would love for you to wear the shirt. I would love for you to send me a picture of the shirt, and I will feature you in my community, okay? We're all building something together, okay? It's not just about me, but it's also about you. So again, appreciate y'all for being here. NW, I'll see you tomorrow if God permits. Okay? All right, let me just run down really quick just to shout out those who was here with me. And I just want to let you know that I appreciate you. We have Melissa that was in the building, Nikki. We had Kendiki. We had who else we had here? We had Top Notch that was in the building. Lamont was here. Lamont also blessed me today. I appreciate him. I had VC that was in the building as well. We also had Jamdas TV that was here. And listen, y'all, I appreciate you for real for being here. We had Harish that was here as well. And Jerome was in the building. We had Melissa. I said Melissa earlier. Who else? I think Just Daniel was here also, and she had some valid point as well. NW as well. Jimmy was in the building. I believe I had about 3 viewers that's from North Carolina. So I see that YouTube is pushing my content through North Carolina, which is awesome. We had Rob Bond that is still in the building with us. I do appreciate that. Who else we got here? Hope I'm not missing anyone. But y'all, let me tell you that I appreciate you. Just take a look at the toll and train ticket. They are replacing them with robots. That is absolutely true, Robon. They are replacing it. And it is nerve-wracking in a way, but yeah, it's nerve-wracking. But I'm trusting God. I'm trusting the process and just knowing that God is gonna protect me, my going out and coming in. And that's why each and every day, Robon, I have to, before leaving my house, I have to pray over me, pray over my children, my family, near or far. I pray for my YouTube community, those who are creators like myself who are thriving on YouTube and want a financial breakthrough. I know at the end of the day, we're all in this to make money. And it may seem hard, but again, we can't give up in this fight. Your story might be different from mine. I don't know what is your why to create your YouTube channel. But again, I hope that God bless each and every one to continue to thrive with their project, their life, and their spiritual walk with Him, really. I feel like when I come up on this live, I talk about a whole bunch of things. But I guess this is what the live is. I mean, I can't expect, I'm not, what's the problem? Here's the problem. When I'm doing a presentation or if I'm coaching and I'm teaching, I tend to stay on topic. So the minute that I feel like I'm all over the place, I just feel like it's a problem. But I guess it's not a problem for you guys, right? Again, thank you all for being here. Hope to see you tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to do a live in the evening tomorrow. I might, but definitely I may shoot one out early in the morning because I like to speak with my early birders. All right. So y'all, thank you for being here. I see one person just hopped in and I'm about to go. Who is that one person? And make sure everyone double tap the screen, y'all, so we can get YouTube to push out this video, okay? But I'm waiting for that to go to, let me see. I'm just waiting. Hold on, hold on, hold on. I guess that person won't reveal themselves. I guess it's okay. Anyway, y'all, thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Take care. Bye-bye.